Centeno, the founder of Real Man, Real Style. Today, we're going to be talking about 5 tips that you can use to deliver an awesome presentation. Okay, if you have not already, please subscribe to our YouTube channel by doing that. These videos will come right to you. In addition, if you like this video, if you find it useful, please click on the like button down and below. And last but not the least, if you want to learn more about men's style and presenting in general, I've got a free 47-page ebook that mostly about men's style. But we also now in other places. I will talk about presentation. In fact, I'm gonna link you to an article on presentation right down there. So let's get what are my 5 tips so that you can deliver an awesome presentation. 1. You need to practice. Number 2. You need to keep the audience, keep the listener engaged. Number 3. You need to keep it simple and sweet. Number 4. Properly use visual. And number 5. You need to bring it. Okay. So let's talk about practice. You hear this all the time, I'm not bringing anything, but really no one can wing it. Of course, you know, there are people like Tony Robbins, who he gets off airplane, he goes right to the stage, but he's thinking about what he's gonna cover, and he's practiced hundreds, if not thousands of times. If you're new to speaking in front of an audience, and most of us get in front of aren't professional speakers, you need to practice, and you need to practice a lot of specific, especially if you don't know what, or you have not done this for a long time. Because if you lock up in front of an audience, when it's different, when in front of a camera, I can go over there and I can't restart this. And in fact, this video I probably restarted 4 times, but at the end of the day, I control with an audience. You don't want to lock up, and so let me. You give an example. When I was interviewing in business school, I went to this really high-end consulting company, and they brought me into a hotel, and I was sitting there with a consultant. We were having a nice conversation. And all of a sudden, he turns on the interview and he starts asking me very difficult business questions, which I did not even know half of the stuff that he's asking, talking about, and I was not prepared for it. And it's just caught me and I froze up. Now, the reason I told you that the story is actually I'm leading us to Art 2. So we talk about preparation. Now, it's grabbing attention. Do you notice how when I told you that story about the consulting interview, you immediately probably tuned a bit more into this video? That's because I grabbed your attention. I shared with you an experience, which is true by the way, but it's one that you can relate to because you block up. You've had instances in which you're having somebody talk to you in a language that you just totally lost on. So don't be afraid to find a way to bring the audience, and one of the best way is a story. And you're gonna need to do this every 10 to 15 minutes. Because you can't just give people tons of information. You can give them information for a few minutes. But after 10 to 15 minutes, you need to bring them back with a story or bring them back with a visual step away. Information, and really you're addressing a different part of the brain, and you need to wake people up because your information may be great, may be beautiful, but you're gonna put them to sleep. Let's talk about number 3. Keep it it simple and sweet. YouTube's great about this. You'll notice most of the videos on YouTube are like 3 to 5 minutes long. Beyond that, you're gonna want to keep it simple and sweet. So, if you got a longer presentation, let's say is that busting 35 going up to 60 minutes, really, do you need to use that fully 60 minutes? Just because they give you 60 minutes does not mean you have to use this fully 60 minutes. Okay, now let's talk about visuals. PowerPoint is overused in. I remember when PowerPoint first came out, and it was like, wow, that's really cool. And before that, we were all using what the overheads and projectors PowerPoint is awesome. But it is so overused. You don't have to use PowerPoint. Think about that your visuals need to serve you. You don't want to serve your visuals, so never just read off of PowerPoint. That you should know what you're going to use PowerPoint. Use it to get the main points across to you. Now, you never want to read directly from the slide. Look over at your PowerPoint, maybe pull 1 or 2 notes from it. But somebody should not be able to read it and know exactly what the presentation was about. So make sure again that you control your visual and that your visual do not control you. Finally, bring it. And the whole thing here is make sure you bring your A game, be excited. Because if you're not passionate about what you're talking about, if you're not excited, what should your audience be? Okay? This has been Antonio Centeno with Real Man, Real Style. I hope you enjoyed this video. And see you in the next one. Bye-bye.